You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. This guy started screaming by himself, and they did, I don't know, rough up. Maybe he should have been roughed up. Part of the problem and part of the reason it takes so long is nobody wants to hurt each other anymore, right? The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily.
Fields is charged with second-degree murder. 32-year-old Heather Heyer was killed when that speeding car plowed into her and dozens of others.
She died for peace. She died for equality. She died because she believed that everyone should get along.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a name.
White supremacists and white supremacists and right Proud
Boys. Stand back and stand by.
The rallies, the statements, encouraging and spreading that big lie. He bought $50 million worth of ads to further promote his message.
Thank you. And you have to get your people to fight because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. I hope that our great vice president comes through for us. He's a great guy. Of course, if he doesn't come through, I won't like him quite as much.
I guess the hope is that there's such a show of force here that Pence will decide to do the right thing, according to Trump.
Bring out Pence! Bring out Pence! And we're going to have to fight much harder. If Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election. And Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
I'm telling you what, I'm hearing the Pence just caved.
No.
Is that true?
I'm hearing reports that Pence caved.
No I'm telling you, if Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets. You politicians are going to get drugged through the streets. Yeah.
There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country.
Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt.
Start making a list, put all those names down, and we start hunting them down one by one.
Traitors get guillotined. We love you. You're very special.
They've got the gallows set upside this Capitol building. It's time to start fucking using them.
You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel.
No, you heard those chants. That was terrible. I mean, those,
He could have. Well, the people were very angry.
They're saying, "Hang Mike
Because
Pence."
it's common sense, John. It's common sense.
Will you pardon the January 6 rioters who were convicted of federal offenses?
I am inclined to pardon many of them. I call them the J6 hostages, not prisoners. They ought to release the J6 hostages. They've suffered enough. They ought to release them.
Mobilize in your own cities, your own counties, storm your own Capitol buildings, and take down every one of these corrupt motherfuckers.
So we fucking need to have 30,000 guns up here.
That's true.
They were doing this for him because he asked them to.
for law enforcement response?
No.
Everybody stay down! Get down!
While others force the standoff outside the speaker's lobby, a camera focuses on a gun drawn. Seconds later, a woman is shot dead.
They were peaceful people. These were great people. The crowd was unbelievable. And I mentioned the word love, the love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
Please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
The former president sharing a word cloud that features the words like revenge, economy, power, dictatorship. The word cloud is from a survey of a British newspaper. It shows some of the most common words that people use to describe what they think a second Trump term would be like.
You know, at a certain point, there's a breaking point. Look, when this election is over, based on what they've done, I would have every right to go after them. And it's easy because it's Joe Biden.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg indicted Trump in the Stormy Daniels hush money case. DA Bragg started receiving threatening letters filled with white powder. One read very plainly, "Alvin, I am going to kill you." Down in Georgia, where Fulton County DA Fani Willis is prosecuting Trump for his alleged election interference, a man in Alabama was arrested for allegedly leaving threatening messages and saying things like, "Anytime you're alone, be looking over your shoulder."
He called for former GOP Congresswoman Liz Cheney and the rest of the January 6th committee to be jailed. He's even floated execution of the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Special counsel Jack Smith was swatted on Christmas Day. This Sunday, Judge Tanya Chutkin was swatted. She is the judge overseeing the federal election interference case. Yesterday, news broke that someone had called in a bomb threat to the home of Judge Arthur Engoron, the judge overseeing Trump's New York civil fraud case.
I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
Over and over and over again. Repeated rhetoric, repeated threats, and the danger just keeps increasing. Today, Mediaite released bombshell reporting and audio of longtime Trump strategist Roger Stone allegedly threatening to kill Congressman Eric Swalwell and Jared Nadler.
Fair, go find Swalwell, get this over with. It's time to do it. Then we'll see how brave the rest of them are. You follow either Swalwell or Nadler has to die before the election. They need to get the message.
And I know a lot of Republicans want retribution. They want to do that. We're going to see what happens.
You have so much to do, you don't have time to get even. You only have time to get right.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that.
It does.
And sometimes revenge can be justified, Phil. I have to be honest. You know, sometimes it can.
You would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except for?
He's going crazy. Except for day one. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
The former president sharing this image on Truth Social. It shows a hog-tied President Biden, his hands and feet bound on the back of a pickup truck.
With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers. And we will liberate America from these villains and scoundrels once and for all. November 5th will be our new Liberation Day, but for the liars and cheaters and fraudsters and censors and imposters who have commandeered our government, it will be their Judgment Day. Their Judgment Day. And in many ways, we're living in hell right now.